Hi, my name's Allison Hales, and I'm the founder of Culture Club South Bay.
Allison Rose Jefferson. I'm a publicly engaged historian and heritage conservation consultant.
My name is Billy Corvelin. I am a long-time resident here at Manhattan Beach, and I am a board member of Culture Club South Bay, and I'm also the lead surf coach.
Hi, my name is Eliza Lean with Culture Club South Bay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lynn Vong. I'm a sports medicine physician, and I'm the team physician for Culture Club South Bay.
I founded Culture Club South Bay in 2020 when I lived opposite the park, and we formed a collective with a diverse group of like-minded people, and we came together as a team to create this program together.
Our mission is to celebrate diversity and inclusion and really bring awareness and education to our local community. Manhattan Beach is always been a city that's incredibly welcoming, and we want to put that on full display. And so what better way to do that than at Bruce's Beach with a long, complicated history. And so we're just grateful for the opportunity to really work with younger generations and bring them all together. I was running a surf camp during COVID here at 26th Street. I saw all that was happening, with sort of the racial injustices that was, happening all around the country. The history of Bruce's Beach and, coming to light. And so I thought it would be a great opportunity to, really honor the Bruce family and hold these free beach camps for kids that normally don't have the resources or the access to the beach.
One of the things that I love about the program that Culture Club South Bay is doing here at the Bruce's Beach area is that we're able to give knowledge to the young people about the various experiences that the Black folks had here at this place. Juneteenth is the first day that really recognizes the Black liberation struggle in the United States. We have had Emancipation Day, which was 1863, January 1st, but that was not declared a holiday for the purpose of commemorating the African American freedom struggle. But Juneteenth, June 19th, was. So this is a big recognition for all Americans to think about the various human rights issues that still plague us today. And again, where we are now in terms of an equitable society and where we need to go in the future. It's important to recognize Juneteenth as a national holiday because it does recognize the freedom that was finally given to all American citizens. And it also is a way in which we as a nation can make more people really think about American history and the complexities of American history and reflect on some of the things that they didn't know, that they need to know to help them be more educated voters and citizens in our country and the world.
I was really happy to be here when it became a national holiday, and that I was able to actually celebrate and produce a Juneteenth here at Bruce's Beach Park, which was the first public Juneteenth event in 2021. And that really allowed me to be part of the experience of celebrating the Black plight of their fight for freedom and liberation.
Juneteenth is a holiday that we didn't celebrate in my family. I'm a Californian. I'm a third generation Californian, and my folks are from Alabama and from Georgia and West Virginia and Maryland. So in terms of my awareness of Juneteenth, it wasn't until I was an adult, and I can't say that in terms of celebration of the holiday that it was something that I was involved in until more recent years. A lot of people don't realize that there's been a movement to make Juneteenth a holiday by many different advocates and organizations over the last 150 years. And it got momentum more so in the last 20 years to get the holiday.
I'm obviously half Jamaican and half English, and so we don't have Juneteenth in the UK. I have been in America for 20 years, and so Juneteenth is slightly different for me because I don't have that African American heritage. And so Juneteenth for me, it was something new that I had to learn along with a lot of other, Americans and white Americans to learn about the history of the African American experience.
Juneteenth also recognizes the later struggle of African Americans in terms of the freedom rights and civil rights movement, with the fact that Black folks also had to overcome Jim Crow. And Jim Crow was the continued enslavement of African Americans after 1865 with these crazy laws and practices, because in some places it wasn't laws, but crazy laws that were implemented in the South, and these practices that were implemented in other places around the nation to marginalize African Americans, denying them the right to vote, denying them the right to live in certain neighborhoods, denying them an education, denying them the opportunity to use various kinds of transportation, conveyances in a comfortable manner, being humiliated because they wanted to go to the beach in a certain place, and some white folks decided that's not your beach in law in places in the South where they put up signs that said white only, or in practice in the West where they might chase you off the beach because they decided that they didn't want you there that particular day. The NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, had a swim-in down here. And that was a very important activity because it was the first organized civil disobedience activity that the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People sponsored here in Southern California, here in Los Angeles County. And so with the swim-in, what they did, they came down here, they were all dressed up, and they took their shoes off and waded in the water. Finally, starting in 1948, we as Black folks and Americans got some relief from these laws, as there were court cases that said that it was illegal to discriminate against African Americans in education, in housing, in employment. And these laws were implemented from 1948 to 1968. And so therefore, we need to think about what kinds of things as Americans, Black Americans, white Americans, and other marginalized people, what do we need to do as citizens today in terms of our commitment to democracy and our commitment to educating the public? And so those kinds of things are things that we should be thinking about as it relates to our celebration. We should be thinking about how to empower people, how to educate people as we celebrate. It's a time of celebration, but it's also a time of reflection from the standpoint of the celebration. I'm happy that we as a nation are celebrating the final end of the enslavement period for those people in Texas who knew that they were free, but they couldn't act on it because they were in Confederate states. But we're here today to also talk about the progress that we have made, and the fact that we are talking about Juneteenth, and that we are talking about Bruce's Beach here on this day shows that there has been progress that has been made with the elites of this community in terms of understanding that we have much accomplished, but we have much more to do.
We have to learn these things. It may not come natural. Obviously, we live in a city where it's primarily white, and we are part of the less than 5% from people of color and marginalized communities. And so for us, it's about doing the programs that we provide, and so that it's a experience that they see, the locals see it, and that we are doing these types of initiatives so that it becomes the normal.
One of the things that I have learned as an educator of 20 years is how important access and representation is, and that is something that Culture Club really gives the camp members. I think it's important to feel a sense of belonging and feel a sense of, I see someone that looks like me surfing, I see someone that looks like my family teaching me how to play volleyball. So having a really diverse set of volunteers is really important to our program, and has really, I think, made an impact on not just the camp goers, but the volunteers as well. I think the camp has really shown me what giving and serving the community looks like. I think oftentimes we think that it's the haves giving to the have-nots, but giving is really, people taking time out of their weekends, neighbors taking time out of their weekends to spend time at the beach with these kids. Giving is the former camp member who rides his bike 45 minutes from Culver City to volunteer for next year's camp. And so those are kind of the lessons that we're all learning as a part of the organization.
We are teaching these kids that they are all alike, and they understand that they're all alike by us bringing different diverse kids together, and they get to experience that they are alike. And so this is very poignant and impactful, and really talks to what we are as a platform.
You know, we see tremendous growth with our kids. From the first Saturday to the last, you just see their personalities open up. You see their confidence grow. They're making new friends. It's really beautiful to see sort of the growth and the development in just a short period of time.
I recruited my children to participate in this because I want them to learn the lessons that Culture Club South Bay promotes, which is we are all the same, and we want children of all different races, backgrounds, social economic backgrounds to get together to play and just to be kids, to see that the beach is for everyone, and to try to get them to do things they would never have considered doing, whether it's because they didn't have the money to do it, whether they're scared, they didn't have the mentors to lead them in that direction. And so we see the progress that these kids we see their development during the 4 weeks. It's amazing. The kids, their self-esteem goes up. They're happier. They actually can interact with other children and not be afraid to approach them just because they're either older or they're of different ethnicities, or they're different social economic backgrounds. It's really heartwarming to see that, and for me to have my kids experience that, it means the world to me.
We've had the most amazing team, which are all volunteers, and they come together year after year and turn up and give their time generously and their skills. And so for us, it's extremely important for this program to continue to exist, because Willa and Charles Bruce deserve their legacy to live on. And that's why we do our program here at Bruce's Beach at the park, where the original Bruce's Lodge was.
I'm so proud of Manhattan Beach and this community and how they've stepped up and supported us. And so just beyond grateful. And so, looking forward to continuing, what we're doing here, trying to make a difference.
We need to understand as Americans that we have to make commitments and continue to fight for the struggle of human rights. We can't just sit back and think that somebody else is going to take care of it for us. And voting for our representatives and paying attention to what's going on with our educational system is one way, or our ways to empower ourselves to help to see that we have a more equitable society now and in the future.